Okay, this is lesson 1.5 on subtracting integers. And the way that we're going to do this is to use the acronym KFC, which stands for keep, flip, and change. And this is not something that I came up with. This is something I found on the internet a long time ago. Keep, flip, change. The K for keep means that we are going to keep this first number the same. We're going to flip from subtraction to addition, and the C means that we're going to change the sign of the last number. So I'm going to change from a positive 5 to a negative 5. Now I have an addition problem, so I can use my rules for addition like I did in the previous lesson. So if you need to, you can draw out your 2 positives and 5 negatives. Pair up the 2 positives with 2 of the negatives, and then you have 3 negatives left over, so your answer is -3. Problem 2, I have -2 minus -3, so again, I'm going to use the KFC thing to help me solve this problem. I'm going to keep the first number the same, flip from subtraction to addition, and change the sign of the last number. So I'm changing from -3 to +3, so -2 plus 3, 2 negatives, and 3 positives. So now I can pair up those 2 negatives with 2 of the positives. I have 1 positive left over, so my answer is +1. Now, you also need to realize that once you do a few of these, that really what you're doing here is just changing from subtraction to adding the opposite. The KFC thing is just sort of a little trick to help you get started on learning that. But the more technical way to say it is that subtraction is the same thing as adding the opposite. And if you go back to the balloon model that we did, we know that taking away a sandbag has the same effect as adding a helium. So subtracting a negative or taking away a negative has the same effect of adding a positive. So in problem 3 here, I had 7 minus -1. So when I change that to plus a +1, I end up with just 7 plus 1, which is 8. In problem 4 here, I have -4. So I'm going to change this to adding the opposite. So I have 3 plus -4. And again, you can go back to your pictures here if you need to, or if you like the number line method, you can use that as well. In this case, you can see that my answer here is going to be -1. For these last set of problems, I would like you to pause the video, try to do these on your own, and then come back and check your answers. And there are your answers for 5 through 10.